Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Saxlingham. Can't park there, mate. Oh, you know, I thought, right, we're gonna make some cash. We're gonna make some serious cash, and thought, you know what, we'll utilise a bit of courseplay, and within about a minute of it going, it decided to drive into the river. So, we might do this one ourselves. Goodness sake. You can't get the staff. There we go, right. Unfold you. We're going to need to put on automatic drop. I mean, it's not going to take us long, but it was hopefully I was hoping to be somewhat autonomous with the contracts and just let them run. Why are you not? Oh, is it really? How much is that? 1200 quid in consumables. What's the contract even worth? 1800 quid down now. Oh dear. You can't write these things. I was just about to start recording my intro, doing a bit of mowing, but no, Courseplay had other plans. But I thought I'd show you. So yes, we have a bale wrapping contract underway. We have 2 cultivating contracts on the go, and we're just going to work our way through them, really. So, like I say, let them tick away in the background. We have finished drilling field 12, and that is now being rolled by our hired hand in the JCB. We have the mowers on the class. So the plan is to mow that for hay. Do need to keep an eye on, and this is something I spotted in between episodes, is the amount of sheeps we have. We are approaching capacity. So that extra plot of land that we're aiming to get, we need to sort of accelerate our income generation, hence why I'm doing the contracts. And rather than do the contracts myself, we've employed people to do it for us. With me? Excellent. So, I'm going to get this done, and I will see you back when we start to mow our grass field. Right, so, contract finished. Job ist eine good one. So, we'll complete that one for what it were worth. Now, there was one I saw that I thought, ooh, we could do that. Was it these pair? I think it was. So we're at 36 hours, so that's fine. We'll let the cultivating get done first. Where on earth are you going? Oh, you're going to your up and downs. Fine. Here we go. This is where we should have started. Oh dear. Right, so let's spin her up. That sounds about right. No, get the right button. And there we go. We are wide spreading. Textures are shocking. Welcome to FS25, everybody. Oh dear. Oh, how we laugh. Come on. Really? Yeah. I ain't even going to moan. There's more worser things going on than textures popping or not popping in Farming Simulator. Oh dear. So I hope you are all well. It is Friday afternoon. Thank goodness for that. We are, yeah, just going to do a bit. Not trying to rush and get episodes out. I just don't have the time at the moment. It's a weird one. Sort of go and do an event like Llama, and I'm talking really quickly now because I've got these things in my head, but you go and do an event like Llama, and it takes your recording time away, but at the same time, things like that are very enjoyable. So, bit of a double-edged sword with stuff like that, but it is what it is, isn't it? It is what it is. So, the plan for today's episode is to make as much money from contracts as is humanly possible, get our field mown for grass. No, we are cutting the grass for hay, so we're going to need to ted it, we're going to need to windrow it, we're going to use our ultimate baling setup, and yeah, we're just going to top up the stocks of the hay. We're sitting 400 and something thousand litres, so it's not necessarily majorly urgent, but it would still be nice to top things up and have a decent stock in the shed ready for winter. So that's the plan. I'll cut some headlands and I'll come back to you in a little bit. Well, we are cracking through this mowing, and one of our cultivated contracts has completed, but we'll get to that in a little while. But, yeah, we're going good. We're going good. Oh, AR work at F. So is that the rolling done as well? Oh, it's all coming together like a pudding plan, well-oiled machine, restuck, I don't know what. Come on, lower down. There we go. But yeah, we should get a fair amount of hay off this. We're getting a nice, not so patchy yield this time, which is interesting. Getting a nice solid streak of dark green going through the sort of mid section of the field. Ooh, smacked my steering wheel. I do apologise if that came through, which it probably did. But that's going alright. Just looking at the fast track, I don't understand. Oh, I see. Oh, I know what it is. I know what it is. It's not the fast track at all. It's the fact that the worker that was cultivating the field, yeah, which number now? 1, I think, would have carried on finishing the course, and then they got to the end of their job rather than the end of the contract, which is good. Marvellous. Super blooming duper. If I this is going to sound really bad. If I seem distracted, it's because the stock markets have just opened. I sound like such a geek. Mate at work introduced me to a little bit of trading, and I'm following one particular I don't know, company, I guess you'd say, with particular interest at the minute because it's doing really well. So I get the alerts that it's gone up, it's gone down, and there is a bit of fluctuation. So I'm just trying to wait for that right point to cash out and not be greedy. Do not endorse this sort of thing. Do it at your own risk. Yada yada yada. All that good disclaimery stuff that one responsible content creator should probably add in when saying stuff about stocks and shares and all that malarkey. But yes, it's going all right. It's going swimmingly. It's going in the right direction. Let's put it that way. Which is good. It's interesting. Gets the old brain thinking. Right. As does pushing buttons on a side panel. Come on. There we go. Right. Shouldn't take us too much longer. I was going to say plough on, but we're not. I'll mow on. And bring you back in a little while. The last couple of bits of this field, and we are done with mowing for our hay. The 2 cultivation contracts are complete, which is helpful. I've taken the one mowing, as you will see, and once I've cleared, come on, lower down, there we go. Once we have completed, collected, whichever term you want to use on those 2, we can then take a couple more, etc, etc, etc. So let's just, boom, done. We'll lift up, there we go, and power down. While that's doing that, we will collect on those, and we can take that one. Was that another cultivator one popped up then? Ooh, it was. Lovely. Which is good, because that could be running along in the background as well. And we'll see what else appears. I don't want to do anything too... I mean, these harvesting ones, they're big old jobs for not a great deal of money. So, yeah. Potatoes, no. Potatoes, that's not a massive field. It's only 5 grand though, isn't it? Ploughing could potentially be running along in the background. But yeah, cultivating definitely seems one to be doing. So we need to get that lot folded up. Super duper. We can do a Yui and go out at the top of the field and head to field 24, and we'll start doing that. Now I will say, I know normally I'll do a bit of a montage, etc., but time at the moment to do that is restricted. So you may come back and the money's gone up, but it is what it is. I can't always do that, the old montagey thing. So if it does, I'll do a couple of screenshots, put them in, because it's probably going to be a week-ish between me starting recording this episode and actually getting to finish it. So yeah, you're going to have to bear with slightly. But if I don't see you up at field 24, we'll catch back in a bit, and we'll be working on making ourselves some nice fresh hay. Well, as you will have seen from this very short 2 clips, we've been doing a few contracts to get the old cash up. We have got the ploughing ongoing in field 50. That's running along on courseplay. We are doing 41, as you'll have just seen from me driving a tractor. And we completed a cultivating one in field 51. So that is a tidy little amount of money we've got now, which is good. We need it. We've got the payments coming up for the vehicles. The final payment on the... was it the chopper? Can't remember. It's been a while, people. It has been a while. So yeah, I'm going to finish this up. We will then, depending on what the light is doing, start to ted our grass. But yeah, other than that, we're making steady progress, and I'm rather enjoying myself. So, sowing contract done. Refueling. So if we go in now and just claim on these. Thank you very much. 300,000. Lovely. Super bloomin' de hooper. Right, that can stay there. Now, what we're going to do is let's find a reasonably sized tractor. Not a reasonably priced car. A reasonably sized tractor. This one will do just dandy. We'll unpark you. We'll grab the tedder and ted the grass. Now that is going to pop like a good un, no doubt, because we've just loaded back in a few days. But what I might do is do a little bit, see if we can get it to behave itself. Most likely not, and then bring you lot back in. But yeah, that pasture is filling up now. Oh dear. We need to keep an eye on that, because I'm sure there's something within red tape. Yes, red tape. That monitors capacities of animals and things like that. So, yeah. We want to try and be as good as we can be. Right. I shall do some headlands, and I shall see you very shortly. So I seem to be saying this quite a lot lately, but we're making short work of this. The Mahusive Tedder is probably the contributing factor to that. But yeah, headlands done, field squared off, plodding on, getting on with it, just, you know, grinding away. I've come in cab just because it seems to not pop as much. So, yeah, it's not bad. It's a better viewing experience, one would say. Haha. But yeah, the light is pretty good. August is a nice time to be working. So we should be able to at least, I'm hoping, as he says, the texture pops in, get the rowing done as well today. Let's get that lifted up. Probably an unconventional way of doing things, but that's me at the end of the day, isn't it? There we go. And we'll lower back down. Perfecto. So yeah, we should be able to get rowed up today. I have checked the forecast, although that makes no difference whatsoever. And we should be good for the weather to, if we row today, sleep, and then bail tomorrow using our ultimate bailing setup. And then we can get that all loaded up and into storage. So that is the plan. I shall bring you back in when we are wind rowing. So as per most things in FS, it didn't quite go to plan. There's me saying the lighting is so good in August, and then a couple of minutes after saying that, yeah, it went pitch black. So yeah, let's knock the time back up. I've just been feeding the cows. We've had milk sold. I have also sold some goats and sheeps because we were at capacity. So that's that done. So we got about 4 grand in from each of those. So 4 grand from milk, 4 grand from sold aminals. So wind rowering. Hopefully this won't take us too long, and we can crack on and get it bailed. I mean, we're in no rush, really, in the sense that we can't drill anything else, in our fields at least, this month. So, from that point of view, we're good for today to get the hay done, and then that's that wrapped up. Well, it's not going to be wrapped up, but you know what I mean. And yeah, I guess things are a bit slow at the moment. Well, I don't guess, I know they are. I was on a training course at the start of the week. Last one, thankfully. And then work. Just, yeah, you know, that day job that gets in the way of playing computer games. But it is what it is. I am recording this on Friday afternoon, and you should have had a video today. In fact, you will have had a video today. So, yeah, I hope you've enjoyed that. And we're kind of back, hopefully, on a little bit of a normal schedule now. In the sense that no more training courses, recording time should be better. At least for now, anyway. Yeah. So that's where we is with things. It is what it is. You can't change it. So I'm trying not to get too stressed about it. I think for all its faults, and we know that the game isn't perfect, there is something deeply satisfying about, I'm going to say perfectly straight, reasonably straight roads. I know we're using GPS in some form. But yeah, I mean, if the little pops and loads would stabilise, then I think that would be even better. But yeah, it's one of those things, isn't it? You could say, right, I'm not playing it anymore till they fix it. You're kind of doing yourself out of just a really relaxed game, and I know it can be an annoyance, and it is, especially when you're trying to do things like this where you want everything to look spot on. I think people are well enough aware that it's a little bug, a little improvement that could be made, and allow you that little bit of leeway with it. So yeah, it is what it is, isn't it? So we've done 2 headlands ish. Trying to keep things sort of neat. Obviously that is only going to benefit myself. There are a few, how do we call it, interesting runs going to come up, like here, where we should now be able to lower down, edge forward, come on. Come on. There we go. And then, once we get to about here, stick the old GPSs on. And I think that's going to work relatively well. Should be able to keep it away from the headland pass. See how we go. We're not going to bail it on any form of automation, so you should be able to drive accordingly to how the windrows have been produced. We'll see about that. In some places I've tried to drag a few rows together, so it might only look like one headland. Again, just to try and make it reasonably neat as we go up and down. Because the field is not to 90 degrees or a set, you know, yeah, 0, 90, 180, whatever, 270. Then we've sort of had to set it and adapt it as we go. But it is what it is, and it works all right. We followed the same course-ish that we did for the TED-in. Oh yeah, it's playing ball so far. But yeah, got a bit to do. I'm going to crack on. We've got loads of time. So yeah, push on, and I'll see you when I grab the baler, I reckon. So balering underway. I managed to remember to reset the bale counter, which is unusual for me. So yeah, we'll know exactly how many we make. Right, let's press. I need to remind myself that one. Yes, lovely, nice, neat stacks. I've gone for 220 bale sizes. Might be a bit high, actually, looking at it. We should be okay. We should be alright, I think, with that. In fact, that might actually make a full mix when we do it. When we do one. At the minute, we're about 1,000-ish litres short. So that could work quite nicely. But yeah, filling up at a rate of knots not moaning. It's it'll do us good. We can then focus on field work, getting all that lot tidied up, planted, drilled, whatever you want to call it. Oh, that was a big heap. Oh, we're going to be throwing them out. I think I'm just going to go straight down and then come back up, turn around, and then go and do the little bit at the bottom. I think is probably the easiest plan. Whoa, what happened then? It was going to throw it out the side. Oh, we don't want that. Thank you very much. So yeah, once we're done here, it'll be, like I say, seeding, looking after the animals, keeping an eye on the price of things, so we can make some cash off our crops. And pretty much just business as normal, really. Business as usual. Business as usual? Yeah, business as usual. That seems to be what we'll call that term. I tell you something, it's been a week. It's been a week. I mentioned being on a training course, and it's probably on a good run. Now we're going to need to, swap to that, raise that up. There we go. It's probably about an hour run. But a lot of that is motorways, and if you're from the UK, you'll know that motorways are an absolute pain in the backside. I left with plenty of time, and you just see the old sat-nav time of arrival going up and up and up, and you think, oh my word, I'm on the wrong implement. Thought that'd be it. There we go. That's it. So yeah, I've just no more. I don't like motorway. I don't mind motorway driving, to be fair. But it's just the traffic. It's just such a faff. It really is. It really is indeed. But yes, that is done with, thankfully. And it's the weekend, people. It is the weekend. So job is a blooming good one. Cannot grumble at that. Whoa, we are on the slant here. Goodness me. You can see how slow we're going as to how big this swath has become. Goodness gracious. Come on. You haven't to press the Y button more than normal. Something's not quite right, it seems. But it's working at a... I'm speeding up. The swath is clearly getting smaller, but yeah, it's working at a reasonable pace. Ignore the bit of unrolled field, and we'll do a loop and get this headland finished off, and then it's, as per normal, the up and down rows. This is the last of the really long runs. We've only had one stack which went slightly awry, and I think it was this one. Had to be a bit of manual intervention. The collector got a bit confused, unloaded, and then dragged the bales back in. But it was no real issue. Just drove forward, filled it up too, unloaded that, and stacked them up. So yeah. But if you look around the field, we are getting some stacks. I've not checked the bale counter. Purely because I just want to wait to the end. Yeah. We're getting a serious amount. You can see by how slowly we're going how the baler's having to process the material. So let's unload that. Lovely. I'm trying to catch any little bits at the end of the rows that were missed, just as, like, you know, when lowering the windrower. I'm not too precious about, you know, if there's the little tiniest bit on some of the rows, because one, this thing does not want to reverse well, Same with anything that's you've got that double sort of pivot point for reversing. I've never been able to do that, and probably never will. Yeah, it's opposite of what you think is opposite, and back to front, upside down, left to right. So yeah, I'm not going to get stressed about that at all, but it's looking impressive. It really is. Now, whether we load these with the JCB, I don't know. Like that bit there, look, you can just see it by the stack. We might get that in a bit, depending on how we're doing. But I'm not too fussed, and it's probably a touch too close to the stack to be trying to navigate to pick it up with the baler. So we will end up leaving that. But yeah, like I was saying, I don't know if we'll bother manually loading as such. It's going to be a time thing. I'm already pushing it on this episode, but I wanted to get one out. I'm conscious that, like I've said before, there's not a lot being produced, so where I can get time to make an episode, I'm going to do it. But it might just be that there's one episode this week for you, and then hopefully next week we'll be back to some sort of hopefully Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Fingers crossed. Anyway, we'll see. We will see. But if we can get 2 over the 1, then that is a bonus. But like I said, it's just gonna have to see how things go. But we've got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and yeah, 9 passes left to do. So I'm going to plod on. I'm actually watching a Mr. Farquhar and his realistic series, one of his episodes, and he's just made hay. Funny enough. But he used the tiny balers, and he's now using the, is it Archisin? Like the multi-stacker for the little ones. Bale packer, that one. Is it bale packer, something like that? So yeah, it's very cool. Very relaxing to watch. I do suggest you check it out. So yes, I'm going to put that back on. I'm going to do a bit more, and I'll bring you back in very shortly. So, I think that's potentially the last full stack of 4 we're going to get. Although saying that, it is hard to judge. I reckon we'll get 3 more out of this, potentially. But yeah, we are nearly done. And once we are finished, not finish, we will have a look at how many we made. There we go. What we're going to get, 3. Oh, saying that though. Saying that, if we now go back to there, turn that off, lift that up, and unload. Haha! Blooming marvellous. So then if we go to that, we can unload that. And that is incredibly satisfying. Right, let's have a look at the bale counter. We made 172 bales. And we were at about... Oh, for us, we're about 400 and something thousand litres, I think. So, yeah, another... a 1.7 in total now, which is superb. Fantastic. Love it. You love to see it. How are we doing on prices of other things? Eggs is going up. Wool. Getting the old wool up as well now. Probably should sell that at some point, because it's going to be getting a bit soggy, isn't it? Right, let's fold that up. Now we can go to that and turn that off. There we go. Here the revs drop on the fence. There's a bit of a sigh of relief. I love it though. That is epic. That's a fantastic sight. Good. I think we're sorted now for animal feed for the year, which is blooming good. So, next episode. Now, I'm conscious that it's only 1 o'clock in the afternoon. There may well be a montage of contracts. But I do have other things I need to be tackling in real life, not in the game, unfortunately. Well, not unfortunately, jobs to do. Jobs to do, people. Jobs to do. So we're good. We are all hayed up. We've got plenty of cash in the bank, and I call that a pretty successful, I can't even say it, episode. So thank you all very, very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, leave us a like. If you're new, think about subscribing, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Take care.